This is a particle emitter, an object in Roblox Studio used to make insane visual effects. In the past, visual effects were commonly seen in Battlegrounds games and other types of fighting games. But in the past year, Roblox has taken a turn for the worse.
This is a Roblox RNG game. When you press this button, you get transferred.
So now everyone has a crippling gambling addiction.
Oh my god.
I want to see just how hard it is to make one of these RNG games. So today we're going to learn how to make the auras and see if it really is that difficult. This is part 1 of making an RNG. So if we want our RNG game to be successful, we need to make some really cool auras because that's the whole point of the game. You got to get really cool auras so that you're really excited when you finally unlock them. Particle emitters can be customized in pretty much any way you can think. You can change the brightness, scale, transparency, color, and more, but I'm too lazy to list them all. But what's hard is making it look good. So I'm gonna go through a bunch of YouTube tutorials to get a better understanding of how these things actually work.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Souls RNG VFX tutorial. Today I'll be showing how to make a basic aura VFX.
So you're telling me I could just use this kit to help me with everything? Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be using a bunch of decals from this massive kit that I found, and if you want to use it for yourself I'll have it linked in the description. But this should save us a bunch of time because making decals is really painful. So the way we're going to use this kit is we can just select a random part, go over to that decal, copy the ID, and then we go over to the particle emitter and paste that ID onto it. So lots of RNGs start with basic auras that have spinning effects where the aura just kind of spins around in a circle around the player. So I'm going to mess around for a few minutes and try to make that. All right, we have officially created our first aura, and now it's time to see how it looks on the avatar. So I'm gonna bring in an avatar and just drag the attachment right onto the humanoid, and there you go. We have our first complete aura.
Wow.
So we've officially learned the basics of making visual effects, but we still have a lot more to learn if we want to compete with the top RNGs. The next feature I want to try and create is an effect that comes from the floor and goes up across the player. This is really common in RNG games, so I think it would be really useful if we know how to make it. Alright, well, that took like 10 seconds to make. Another common effect that you see in lots of auras is this pulsing effect on the bottom, where a texture starts really small and it scales up and kind of fades out. So I'm gonna be trying to create that next. Alright, so that one also took like 10 seconds to make, which I guess is a good thing. But this made me curious as to what it would look like if we put the spinning effect that we currently have onto the ground and it came up almost like a tornado. So let's try and create that next. I don't really even know how to explain what this is, but it looks cool, so we're gonna stick with it.
He was special.
So now I'm gonna actually copy this over onto another avatar, and I'm gonna try and make an effect similar to that of Ninjago when they enter the spinjitzu. So to start off, I'm gonna change the speed so that the effect moves up the player faster. And then we can make it so that the size starts really small and scales up really quick to make it look more like a tornado. To finish things off, I messed around with the brightness and adjusted the color some, and this is what we were able to create in just 5 minutes. But now the left side is really boring, so I'm gonna mess around and just do some random stuff till we have some more going on with it. Alright guys, so I created this cool floating particle effect, and I think it adds a really nice subtle detail to the effect. But if we're being real, we still have a lot of improvements to make. So I'm gonna get a little bit of help from that free kit that we downloaded. Alright, so I found this particle right here that is very similar to what we just tried to create, except it's 10 times better. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that over to the effects that we already have. Alright guys, I think it's time that we start working on our third effect. But I honestly don't know what to make next, so I'm gonna go check out some effects in different games for some inspiration. So I'm in this Discord server for a game dev group that is creating this new game called Slimera, and today is actually the exclusive beta test. Basically the point of the game is that you destroy blocks with your pet slimes, and this game honestly gets pretty crazy with the visual effects. Just take a look at this. So yeah, that is the game that we're going to be testing right now for some inspiration on visual effects. I'm going to follow the tutorial and go into this summon room to summon our first few slimes. Also, I just want to clarify that this game is not sponsoring me or anything. I just thought it was a really cool game and it lines up well with the visual effects theme that we're going for in this video. So we didn't get anything good from our first summon, which probably means that the effects that we're going to see from this slime are not the greatest. Yeah, as you can see, there's like a small effect, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm going to grind the game off camera some and I'll be back once I get a good pull. I'm pretty sure that 4 stars is the second best rank in the game, so we just pulled some pretty good slimes. But let's see if their visual effects are good. We're definitely getting somewhere, but I want to unlock the best slimes in the game to see what they look like. Okay, I haven't gotten a new slime yet, but I thought I'd give an update because I'm currently playing with the creator of the game, or at least one of the creators. But yeah, after this game, I'm going to be summoning a bunch of slimes to see if we can get one of the best slimes. Since we're just testing the game, I basically have infinite rolls, and we just have to get one of these 3 slimes right here. Well, it looks like we just got one of the best 3 slimes in the game. So let's go ahead and play with it and see if it's any good. This thing actually looks so cool. Alright, I'm in a time trial with my friend, and as you can see, we kind of destroy everything at once. Just wait. There we go. But I think we've done enough messing around. We're kind of getting off track, so let's go ahead and get back to work on our own effects. Alright, so we've made quite a few auras, and this is my favorite one yet. So I'm gonna try and make one last effect without using any of the templates, and we're gonna see what we're able to make. Alright, I tried to remake the tornado that we did earlier, and I think the new one turned out way better. These are all the auras that I was able to make. I know they're not the greatest, but for my first time ever messing around with visual effects, I think it turned out to be pretty good. But yeah, that is gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you all learned something from this, or at least you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.